So let's continue working with this project. You can see that we are adding expenses into the list. In this video, we're going to add, for example, this $40, and we need to subtract this from the budget that we have left. So let's open the project, and you can see right after we have this add to expenses to the list. Right after this, I'm going to call another method that is called track budget, and we're gonna pass the amount. So this is going to read this 100, and it's going to subtract the money that we're passing right here. So we need to write this function. Scroll to the top, and this should be inside the HTML. Subtracts expense amount from budget. And it's going to be track budget. We're gonna subtract. We're gonna pass also the amount right here, and this one is going to call another method that is going to be in this budget. So everything that is related to the budget is going to be here. So we're gonna write a method that is going to subtract from the budget, and we're gonna call this one, well, subtract from budget. We're gonna pass an amount, and we're gonna return this, and we're gonna return the budget that is left. So this dot budget left, and we're gonna subtract to the current amount the new amount that we're passing. So this is going to return the new budget. And scroll to the bottom, and right here I'm gonna call that method, and we're gonna add const, and we're gonna add budget left dollars, and we're gonna add budget. Budget, remember, is the main class, the main object. We have this in the global scope, and the one that is instantiate this, and then we're gonna call this other method, this method that we already created, and we're gonna pass the amount. Scroll to the bottom, and right here we're gonna subtract from budget, and we're gonna pass the amount. So this is going to take the current budget, and it's going to subtract every time that we add a new expense into the form. So you can test this, and you can add console.log, and you can pass this budget left in dollars. Of course, it will change based on the currency. So we're gonna add, for example, 500. And let's open the console. And I'm gonna add, for example, food, and I'm gonna add $200. And you can see the budget left now is 300. So we need to write or pass this 300 into this left. So we're gonna remove this. And we're gonna, if you remember, we added this budget left variable, so we can pass this budget left dot inner HTML, and we can pass this as template strings. And we're going to add the budget left in dollars. So right here I'm going to add the semicolon at the end. Let's add $300, and let's add food, and we're gonna add $100. Add, and now you can see we have 200 right here. So this code is going to grab, or is going to subtract from the budget everything that you pass, $20, $30, $40, is going to subtract from the budget that is left. And using this function in HTML and passing the quantity is going to update this also. So you can see that I named this track budget. The idea here is, for example, and if the budget is 300, and then we add another one, transportation, and we add another 100, now the budget left is going to be 100. When we reach the 50%, I want to change this from color from green to yellow. And when we reach 75% expended, we're going to change this to red color. So right here, I'm gonna add a comment, check when 50% is spent. and we're gonna add an if, and I'm gonna add two parentheses, and right here I'm gonna add budget. So we're gonna check the main budget that we have here is going to be budget. Well, let me first remove everything from here. I'm gonna add console.log budget. So save this, and if you add $400 and then you add food right here, it's at 20, you can see that we have budget. It says budget and 400. So right here I'm gonna write a function that in this case is going to check when 20% is left. So we're gonna write an if statement, and this is going to update and change these colors. So we're gonna do something like this. If budget.budget, because if you remember, the main object is called budget, and one of the properties, or the property that contains the budget, is 400. So we're gonna use budget.budget is divided by 4. This is going to return the 25%. In case that this result is greater than the budget left in dollars, so that means that we are already in the last 25% of the budget. So we're gonna add some classes and remove others, and we're gonna do this in this video. Then we're gonna create an else if statement. In this case, this is going to be really similar, but we're gonna check for the 50%. So in this case, we need to make the division between 2. So this one is going to check for the 50%, and this one is going to check for the 25%. Here I'm missing one parenthesis, so it should be added right here. So then I'm gonna remove these. And here we have this budget left. We're gonna change the classes right here. So budget left is going to check the span. If you take a look here on the design, we can check this, and you can see that we have the span right here. So we need to use some traversing in order to go from this span into this div. So we're gonna use parent element and another parent element. So we're gonna use budget left dot parent element dot class list, and we're gonna remove the classes. At this point we may have this alert success. You can see we have alert success right here. So we're gonna add alert success, but also we're gonna remove other one that is called alert warning, because maybe this class may exist, because this is going to be the class that is going to be added in this part. So we're gonna remove both classes in case that any of these exist. So we're gonna copy this, paste, and right here instead of remove, we're gonna add, and we're gonna remove this class. And alert success, we're gonna add alert danger. This is going to print a red color as the background. Then we're gonna make something similar to the else if statement. In this case, we always are going to remove the alert success. This may be the only class that is going to exist at this point, so we're gonna remove that. And we're gonna add alert warning. So you can see that when we reach the 50%, we're gonna remove alert success, which is going to be this green color, and we're gonna add the yellow color. In the other hand, when we reach 25% left, we're gonna remove any of these, because any of these may exist at this point. And we're gonna add alert danger, which is going to print this as a red color. So make sure that you save everything, open this project. We're gonna add, for example, $100 is going to be fine. So let's add food, maybe 30. Click on add. You can see we added the food. The left is 70. At this point, this code haven't been executed, because it's going to execute when we reach 50% and when we reach 25%. So let's say that we add transportation, and let's add maybe $30. add, and now you can see this change from the alert success into alert warning because we already passed the 50%. Finally, let's say that we want to buy a book. We add 20 extras, add, and now you can see now this is in red color. So in this example, you saw that we went from alert success into alert warning and finally alert danger. So this code was executed, alert warning. But maybe you add something like $100 and you add food and you add 80 right here and you click on add. This is going to pass from the alert success that is going to be right here into alert danger. That's why we are using two different classes right here. In this case, we are only using one. So there is something that we have left. If I scroll a little, you can see that we have this print message. So we're gonna copy this page right here, and instead of having this error, we're gonna add something like added. And we're gonna use added with 3 dots. We're gonna add alert success like this, and this is going to run the print message method. This takes the message and the class name, and save this. And let's say that we add a budget of 100. So next we're gonna add food 50. Click here on add. You can see it says added, and it's going to remove the message, but you can see that the form wasn't cleared. So that's why I added this method earlier. So let's save again, $100. So let's add a book. Let's add 20 right here. We're gonna click here on add. You can see it's added. 3 seconds, it's going to remove the alert and it's going to reset the form. And now this is working and this is looking great. So you can see that our code looks more cleaner because we have a better separation between the classes, the different methods. And here on the bottom we have the variables and the different event listeners. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this project. This was one of my favorite projects in this course. So in the next chapter, we're going to start learning about Ajax, Ajax and JSON, Ajax and REST APIs, also a project using Ajax. So let's continue working in the next chapter.